Alright guys, welcome to your 24th Ruby tutorial, and in addition to just using regular expressions in simple statements, you can also scan a string and actually extract whatever you pulled out and use it in some way. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be teaching you guys about the scan method, and what this does is it looks for a regular expression, extracts it, and all I'm going to be doing is printing it out on the screen. So say that, I don't know, you wanted to, it's basically like looping through a string, and we wanted to print out 3 characters at a time. Well, let's go ahead and do this right now. The first thing we need is a string, and I'm just going to set mine equal to variable a equals, not equals minus, that would be messed up. Wow, Bucky is the greatest. Beautiful. Now that we have that variable a, we can go ahead and call the scan method on it. Now the scan method is a parameter. It takes a regular expression. So remember the first thing I said, that all regular expressions start and end with forward slashes. So let's get those out of the way right now. Now in my regular expression, the only thing, well, we know a couple symbols, but we know the period means any single character. So let's go ahead and write 3 periods, which means it's basically going to scan through the string, wow, Bucky is the greatest, and it's going to rip it apart 3 characters at a time. Now what we can do is we can actually store those pieces in a variable. This might look a little bit familiar to you. Store it in the variable b, and now that we have that, let's just go ahead and print or puts b on the screen. So you remember whenever we used loops, we could store whatever we extracted in a variable and then print it out on the screen. Let's go ahead and do that right now and see what we get. Wow, Bucky is the greatest. Kind of, it's a little bit choppy, but basically that's what we're doing right now. Our regular expression said, okay, this means any 3 characters, and clearly a character also includes spaces as well. So even though you can't see it, even though it's not a number or a letter, a space in computer programming is actually a character. So what if you wanted to do the same thing or something similar to this, but you didn't want to include these spaces. Now, spaces are also called white spaces. So if I say white spaces and spaces, I pretty much mean the same thing. Well, instead of these periods, dot, 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 what we would want to use is another symbol in regular expressions, which is backslash s, backslash s, backslash s. So what this is going to do is basically this. Now remember, a backslash s is basically a non-white space character. Any number, any letter is going to match backslash s. Now let me go ahead. I keep saying backslash s, but you know what I mean. So basically, let's go ahead and run this and see what we get. Wow, Bucky the great, and it kind of messes up. It doesn't say wow, Bucky is the greatest without any spaces, and this is why. Take a look at our original string. Wow, Bucky is the greatest. Now, what we said is basically loop through this or scan through this and rip it apart whenever you find 3 non-white space characters. Well, the reason that it doesn't print out things like is whenever it comes to it says, okay, this is only 2 non-white space characters. We have 1, 2, but we didn't match our 3rd parameter, basically. So that's why it doesn't print out things like this. So again, basically for this tutorial, I want to tell you that just remember this. Just take this away and you'll be good. A period, whenever you're working in regular expressions, is any character. It can be a space, it can be a letter, it can be a number. It's any character. A backslash s is only a non-white space character. So it can be letters and numbers, but it can't be spaces. Now you can use these in combination between forward slashes to make patterns. Now in the upcoming tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys different ways where you can use these patterns, and also in different things other than loops, like decision making and stuff like that. But for now, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.